Hey guys, it's Daniel Bisnet here. I'm an award-winning international speaker, best-selling author, and one of the world's top 100 most influential vegans. I'm a genius activation expert, and I teach people how they can implement the genius mode lifestyle so that they can boost their brain power to genius levels, because everything is easier when your brain's performing at its peak. Now, I'm all about having delicious, tasty treats, but they need to be healthy, good for you, and boost your brain power. Now, usually if you want to get a product to genius mode level, if it's Daniel approved, it's going to need to be homemade. Usually. But sometimes you find products that are just absolutely amazing. And right here, I have one of those products. This is a delicious chocolate cream. Now, there are 3 reasons that jar of gold is so amazing. Number 1. It has quality ingredients. And when I say quality, I mean top quality. It doesn't get any better than this. First off, they have 3 different flavors. They have the hazelnut flavor, the almond flavor, and the cashew flavor. And all those 3 contain activated nut butters. So they have activated cashew butter, activated hazelnut butter, and activated almond butter. Now, what does activated mean? Well, it means they've sprouted the nut. Now, this is really important because plants, just like this plant right over here, it has developed its own survival mechanism. Since plants can't move, that's a huge evolutionary disadvantage. So plants have become master chemists. They have developed anti-nutrients or plant pesticides that are natural that will protect them against intruders or things that want to eat them, like insects and us. But when you sprout it, it activates the seed. And so the seed thinks it's going to start growing, which means it shuts off the defense mechanism. So there's no more phytic acid, which is really bad. Phytic acid is an anti-nutrient, so it inhibits the absorption of key nutrients like calcium and magnesium. Those nutrients are so essential, but phytic acid inhibits the absorption, which is why normally I would stay away from most nut butters unless they're roasted or activated. And very rarely do you find activated, sprouted, wonderful butters that are in delicious recipes like this. You usually have to make it yourself. Next, there is the wonderful chocolate. Now, this is the next level of chocolate. That chocolate in the wonderful jar of gold is wild harvested heirloom chocolate. Now, right here, I have a fresh cacao bean, meaning, it hasn't been fermented, so it still has a little dried layer of that fruit pulp on it, and look at that color. Look at that antioxidants. Look at that fresh purple color. And instantly, once you bite into this bean, wow. Now, that cacao bean was also heirloom. And heirloom is a really good variety. It is the #1 top quality variety of chocolate. So you want to get the heirloom. The other stuff is nowhere near as close to the benefits that heirloom chocolate gives you. Now, chocolate is fantastic because it's delicious, but also because it boosts neuroplasticity. Now, neuroplasticity is the idea that your brain is always changing, even through adulthood. And scientists have discovered this because scientists believe that your brain only changed when you were young. But now we know even through adulthood, your brain is always changing, creating new neuron connections. And this is linked to increased IQ. And chocolate boosts neuroplasticity, boosts your ability to learn new skills, new habits, and boost your IQ. So chocolate is a fantastic brain fuel. And what's truly amazing about the cacao that they use in this product is it is also activated. So they sprout the cacao bean, because the cacao bean is not a bean, it's actually a nut. And so when you sprout it, you're also activating it, removing those anti-nutrients, really giving you the best quality cacao. So let's go over the reasons why this cacao is the best. It's activated, it's wild, and it's the heirloom variety. Those 3 points means this chocolate is like the best chocolate you can get. Alright, now before we get down to the 3rd ingredient that is just fantastic in this recipe, I'd like to give some honorable mentions. This recipe also has wonderful pink Himalayan salt. Now, this is important. You do not want table salt. Table salt is really bad. The problem with table salt is it creates huge overloads of sodium in the body. This is because table salt is pure sodium. They strip the salt from its beneficial nutrients and minerals, including its iodine, and then they add artificial iodine back in. And that became law because salt without iodine, just pure sodium, causes huge problems. And the FDA is like, oh shoot, we gotta add the iodine back. So that became a law. But companies are also allowed to add as much aluminum as they want to their table salt. Now this is really bad because aluminum, besides being a filler, is a heavy metal. And aluminum will accumulate in the tissues of the body, which causes huge problems. You need major detoxification. It's really hard to detoxify the body from heavy metals. So you don't want to be just sprinkling aluminum on your food. Luckily, it's got a good quality salt. It also has extra virgin coconut oil, which is always great. Coconut oil has medium chain triglycerides and other good quality fats for your brain, which is great because you need those quality fats for fuel. Chocolate also has a great stimulant, and instead of coffee just spiking up and down, chocolate doesn't go as high, but it lasts longer. And so you don't get that massive crash. So it's really, really awesome. The final fantastic ingredient is coconut blossom nectar. Now, why am I putting a sugar as one of the most fantastic ingredients ever? This is because it's a good quality sugar. Now, most sugars are refined sugars, and sugar has huge problems. Now, if you look at the chart, you can see that sugar makes the brain light up even more than a drug, cocaine. So I really do not recommend refined sugar. Not only is it super addictive, it's super corrosive. It's so bad for the body. It causes obesity. That's the real reason, not fat. Fat has nothing to do with it. It's the overload of sugar. Sugar is also responsible for many diseases. Now, refined sugar causes inflammation in the brain. This is really bad. Inflammation not only affects your ability to think, but it also slows down your body's ability to produce energy. So your brain's going to be working twice as hard to think and produce energy because your mitochondria are going to be inflamed, which causes huge problems. So that's one of the reasons sugar's bad. And sugar also has many other problems. It causes obesity and many other diseases. And we learn about how you can find a good quality sweetener in the Genius Mode program. We also learn about the dangers of sugar and 17 different Genius deactivators, which seem like a healthy choice in our day-to-day lives, but are actually downgrading our intelligence. And if I was to list all the problems with sugar, we'd be here for an hour.
2 hours later.
But coconut blossom nectar is a perfect sweetener. Not only does that sound royal, but it is royal. Because it's good, it's natural, and it's the way nature meant it to be. So it's delicious, and you're not going to have the downsides of refined sugar. Alright, let's see what we got. Look at that. It's beautiful. Looks like it's got a little bit of coconut, but let's smell it. Oh, wow, the smell from this is unbelievable. The luxurious spoon right over here. Ooh la la, look at that. So beautiful. Now I put mine in the fridge because I like mine nice and thick. But look at this beauty right over here. Come on, let's get it to focus. It is so nice. It's got little pieces of hazelnut. Wow. Unbelievable. Wow, that's the best kind of butter I've ever had. Ooh, look at that. Alright, let's try the almond flavored one. Just absolutely beautiful. Wow. It's pretty delicious. Gotta say though, the hazelnut one was top notch so far. But let's try that cashew one. Now I love cashews, so this could take the #1 place. Wow, that was good. This one's my favorite. It got that creaminess. So good. All right, Adam says this is his favorite flavor, so let's try it out. Wow, the cashew is unbelievable. Now I must say, the almond and hazelnut are amazing. I like them equally, so it's tied. But the cashew comes on top with that nice little beautiful creamy aftertaste. And that's my opinion personally. They're all delicious, but the cashew is next level.